Power forward, number 10, Jason Perkins. And at forward, number 21, Jeron Teng. The head coach of the Green Archers is Juno Saule. And now the starting five for the National University Bulldogs. At point guard, number 4, Jello Alolino. The off guard, number 15, Bobby Ray Parks. Center, number 14, Emmanuel Sean Emby. Power forward, number 16.
Starting fives on your screens for both teams. Hanes bringing that to you. Hanes, America's leading underwear brand. It's Kyle Napis who's inserted. Ray Parks and Jeron Teng, all part of the starting five for both National U and DLSU to end the first round. It's time to start the fun. And that first game is a tough act to follow, but I mean, who can predict what's going to happen in every single game this early in the season as we are wrapping up festivities for round 1. Then we get into a 2-week break before we come back on August 14 for round 2. And for those asking for the schedule for round 2, well, that will depend on how this game will be completed.
That is correct, Boom. And, you know, usual starters for LaSalle, but a couple of surprises here for Coach Eric Altamirano. Kyle Napes has only played in one other game this season, has not started. Dennis Villamor has only started in 2 games this season, but they provide NU with a little more outside shooting. So they Coach Eric Altamirano probably hopes to stretch the floor a bit more, try to neutralize the rebounding of LaSalle.
Two-time MVP called for his first personal right away on the driving Jeron Teng, who was 4 out of 4 from the free throw line the last time out, if I'm not mistaken. Marco, an incredible job by LaSalle from the free throw line the last time out, especially in that fourth quarter when they were not shooting well. I think 25-15 was the fourth quarter score between them and Adamson, but they really kept their heads above water because of the free throw shooting. 5 out of 6 for Norbert Torres and 4 out of 4 for Jeron Teng for 9 out of 10 for the team.
Well, I'm sure during the practices in between games, they practice on those free throw shots a lot. But that just goes to show you how much free throw shooting is a mental thing. As a team, they averaged about 50% prior to that game. That game, they shot 81%, Boom, like what you said.
Almost 82, actually, as Jeron Teng answers Manuel Emby's bucket from the other side. First tie of the game. Dark uniforms for National University and the light white and green for DLSU.
And you know, Boom, on defense, it's Jeron Teng picking up Bobby Ray Parks, while on the other side, it's Dennis Villamor picking up Jeron Teng.
Manuel Emby continues his stellar play here in this game. Had a great game also. Last time out with 17 points against Adamson University, and a very aggressive move by Jeron Teng gives us a chance to check in with Ina Ongsiako.
Well, Boom and Marco, despite the pressures from today's big game, Coach Juno Salle asks everyone to not focus on the results. Rather, he says that they're here today on the last day of the first round to simply solidify their identity, and how they can do this is to constantly concentrate on the tasks, execute well, and communicate well as well in the court. And if they do this, they can once again finish strong. Boom and Marco.
Thank you very much. That has been the issue, Ina, and they're hoping to resolve that in the coming game. Samsung Smart TV update, the most advanced Samsung TV experience ever. And that, you know, for all intents and purposes, really, it is early in the season. It doesn't feel like it because of the intensity of the games, but it is. And if there's time to tweak certain things, this is the time. As Tomas Torres now against Jello Alolino goes for the fake and will take 2 free throws off a Jello Alolino foul. Off a turnover from National University. Puntaan muna natin itong galaw ni Jeron Teng. Yakisobrang move brought to you by Nissan Yakisobra. Yakisobrang sarap. And this time a perfect combination. 2, Emmanuel Embe, Pure Foods Tender Juicy Chicken and Cheese Hot Dog.
Boom, one of the things that LaSalle has done this season is they've looked to run on every opportunity, whether it's off turnovers, off misses, even off made baskets of opponents. As a team, they're the number 1 team in terms of the pace of play. They average about 81 possessions per ball game. Meanwhile, NU, in contrast, likes to set it up. They only average about 73 possessions per ball game, but they try to execute well in the half court with their dribble drive offense.
When you talk about fast breaks, Salle is second best. National U is 7th. So consistent to that per possession.
And we all know the number 1 team is FEU.
Napes now with a jumper. 6-5, under 8 minutes to play. Abante ang National University.
And that's going to be the role of Kyle Napes to extend Jason Perkins so that Emmanuel Embe can go one-on-one against Norbert Torres.
The tap, Norbert Torres trying to get it against 2. And it will go to National U at the 7:39 mark. PS Bank Bahasa an assist from Ray Parks. Simple lang mag-ipon sa PS Bank. Open a savings account now.
And now you have Jeron Teng and Bobby Ray Parks.
Tough shot. So he's missed his first 2 shots here in the game. Talking about Parks. Torres fakes another shot, then goes for another drive. Wala. Embe falls down with a rebound. NU doesn't have the numbers, and as you mentioned, they want to slow it down and get everybody involved.
Good transition defense there on the white shirts. 4 guys back.
Alolino. Habol ni Vosotros from behind. Vosotros to Teng. Teng to the corner. Thomas Torres for 3. Not that time. Something that he's worked on for this year, talking about Thomas Torres.
Good box out there on the part of Kyle Napes against the heftier Jason Perkins.
Parks to Napes. Back to MB. Not his shot. Takes it anyway. Torres with a rebound. 6:38 to play. 6-5 is still our score. It is Parks on Torres this time. Vosotros with 10 to shoot. They reverse it to Teng. Top of the circle. 3. No.
And you see Dennis Villamor really sagging off of Jeron Teng. They're going to give that to Jeron the entire afternoon.
Inside, Embe recomposes himself for the 8-5 lead, approaching the 6-minute mark of our first quarter.
I like what you said. Best season so far, boom, for Emmanuel Embe, averaging close to 18 points. Actually, 18 points per ball game.
And the difference is he came into the season in shape,
yeah.
Marco, compared to last year where it took him a while. And he admitted that as Perkins over 2 players gets it up and in. Join the break movement. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. Abante po ng isa ang National University.
Of the writer in you.
We're back to live action here at the Big Dome, with LaSalle calling that last time out, down by 5. Under 5 minutes to play. Vosotros from 17, that's short. National U, dangerous pass by Villamor. Gives us a chance to bring in Trisha Ropreda from National U.
If you want to be the champion, you have to start acting like one. Coach Joey Guanyo reminds his boys how essential it is for each one of them to play their part and to play their roles well. As you've said earlier, the opponent's focus is really on limiting the moves of specific Bulldogs. The team anticipates heavy defense on Ray Parks and Jello Alolino, which is why the entire team needs to help out and step up. For this game against Salle, the Bulldogs are expected to do a better job in offense. The coaches tell the boys that scoring would be a lot easier if they run and push the ball. Now they want to see more intensity from the boys as they go against a team they actually share many similarities with. In the huddle, Coach Eric actually expressed how happy he is for how the boys have been performing. Now's the time to make a statement and to prove to everyone that we're still a good team. Back to you, Boom and Marco.
Thank you, Trisha. Well, speaking of runs, your team is on a 10-2 run the last 4 minutes. Samsung Smart TV, the most advanced Samsung TV experience ever.
And you know, Boom, the shot selection of NU so much better than LaSalle here in the first quarter. Everything has been within in the 2-point area. 7 out of 12 from the field for NU.
Master winning move, lose the oil, win the game with Master. Put your game face on, and here comes Ray Parks with a FUBU fearless shot for us by us. FUBU International, very athletic move for the 2-time MVP. 7, make that 8-point lead. That is the biggest so far for either team early here in the first quarter. Parks getting his own miss, a mortal sin in basketball. Tatlong pagkakataon para sa National U. Nakuha ni Perkins, tumatakbo ngayon LaSalle. Jeron Teng, inilabas kay De La Paz, never shy to shoot that 3.
And it has been one attempt at the basket, one and done for De La Salle. NU really leading the battle of the boards.
Oh, pass too low. Perkins saves it, but it will stay with National U. Good gesture by Napes to Perkins. As you look at this, Nike power rebound of the game. Nike playing like it's still summer. 15-7 is the score. Villamor from the elbow. That's short. The tap. Smart tap by Jeron Teng to Thomas Torres. AVO is in the game, by the way, to replace Norbert Torres earlier. And he loses it. Talking about Torres. Jello Alilino. Sa loob, sa gitna.
And NU Boom has turned things around here. 6 fast break points for the Bulldogs, 0 for the De La Salle Green Archers. So the running team is losing out in the battle of fast breaks.
3-minute mark and a 10-point lead.
That's going to be another turnover for the De La Salle Green Archers. So in terms of energy, NU really came to play here in the first.
Second turnover, if I'm not mistaken, huh? The LSU, which is still a good number. It's some missed shots kanina, you know?
They settled for outside jumpers.
That's a tough move. May konting hawi si Ray Parks dun sa galaw, pero ang itinawag ay against LaSalle. Suzuki fast break of the game, brought to you by Suzuki's newest compact sedan, Swift Desire. Suzuki, a way of life. 2 out of 10 are the LaSallians, 8 of 15 for National University, and Parks has missed 2 free throws already. 4 assists for National U, and that's what you were talking about earlier. Wala pa ang DLSU. And when it comes to that, DLSU is second best in the league, talking about moving the ball around. As Troy Rosario comes in for Kyle Napes, who gets it from the bench. The appreciation from the teammates.
Coach Juno now going with his 2 big lineup, Norbert Torres and AVO on the floor.
And then LA Revilla is in.
If I'm not mistaken, Boom, against UE, this is the lineup that allowed them to catch up with AVO and Norbert Torres.
Now they played spectacularly in that game, didn't they? Oh, huli. Which negates that shot. Villamor will move out. And it is Glenn Cobuntin who comes in.
Still no sign of Jeffrey Havillanar. Glenn Cobuntin has been playing steadily in the past couple of games. Again, he likes to drive to the basket, likes to go aggressive to the basket.
And a block. Oh no, it's a charge called on Jeron Teng. Did he extend the arm?
Yes, a little bit. And
it's his second personal, Marco. Mabigat yun.
Cobuntin also selling the call.
Tough angle. McDonald's hits in slow-mo. Spice up your day with the new McSpicy. Big call for Jeron Teng. Embe now. He likes that shot off the glass, but that one came up short. He comes up with a smile knowing it's a shot that he makes a lot. Revilla.
Only the second time, though, that they went to Embe on the post. Revilla hitting the jumper, top of the key.
Very important for them. 9 points for LaSalle. A minute and 27 remaining in the first quarter. And this time it's De La Paz called the foul against Alejandro. Referees Ferdinand Pascual, Salvador Cortez Jr., Dominic Pomar. Tignan natin ito sa McDonald's hits in slow-mo. Spice up your day with the new McSpicy, L.A. Revilla, whose sugar level they have to check pre-game, mid-game, and post-game just to make sure that he's good to go. And he says he feels great.
That's good news.
No concern, yes.
Definitely good news for Green Archer fans. Nico Havilona also on the floor.
Yan, tignan natin yung mga player on the floor courtesy of Hanes, America's leading underwear brand. Embe again, mauubusan ng oras. Itong National University as Onatampos will come in for Luigi De La Paz. No offensive rhythm yet so far for DLSU as L.A. Revilla against Nico Havilona. Nosotros has not looked to shoot also so far here in the first. Campos drops it to Torres. Masingip yung pasa. Oh, look at Embe. And then goes to Alejandro for the bang and the bucket.
Great last-minute pass there on the part of Emmanuel Embe. Great composure by Alejandro.
How about Embe? And just whizzing by L.A. Revilla. In this play, look at that.
Showing us the ball handling skills. That is the 6th fast break point of NU.
Basta perfect combination. Pure Foods Tender Juicy Chicken Cheese Hot Dog. And Alejandro, do more player of the game, brought to you by Rexona. It won't let you down. 5 assists for National U in the first quarter, 20-9. There seems to be more of a flow for them. LaSalle struggling in the half court here. LA trying to direct. Nico Avelona is there to bother him.
And they're going to post Van Opsal against the smaller Tristan Perez.
Why not? AVO has been very confident down low as of late for LaSalle.
And he's also shown us so much improvement in his post game, especially with the use of the pivot.
Brain trust of LaSalle, Coach Jun Limpot, Coach Alan Kaidik, Coach Juno Soler, all dedicated to the LaSalle team. No other assignments for them, Marco, as the ball will go to National U this time. And of course, on the other side, Monose and Coach Joey Guanyo flanking Eric Altamirano. Monose, of course, former LaSallian himself. And the two, Joey and Eric, Coach Joey and Coach Eric, are former UP Maroons. The champion team.
And LaSalle's going to have, LaSalle's going to have the last possession of the quarter
to try to break into double digits here.
So it's been a good defensive quarter for the National University Bulldogs, limiting LaSalle. 9 points so far.
Oh, muntik ng maagawan. May iwan sa LaSalle with 3.1 seconds remaining.
Only 37% from the field for the Green Archers.
Vosotros has to launch it. No. And LaSalle doesn't break into double figures. The defense of National University very stingy here in the first quarter. Manuel Embe starts us off with 6 points. He is the Jollibee champ of the quarter. Big Burger goodness like no other. 20-9. Abante po ang National University. Magandang hapon, Pilipinas. Salamat po sa inyong pagtangkilik ng UAAP Season 76 dito po sa Studio 23. Abante po ng 11 puntos sa National University, 20-9 as we begin the second quarter. Boom Gonzalez, Marco Benitez for ABS-CBN Sports with Direct Abet Ramos at the helm of this live and exclusive coverage. And Norbert Torres nets a foul. Tristan Perez, if I'm not mistaken, his second personal. Only 3 field goals, Marco, para sa LaSalle nung unang yugto. Bakit?
NU really became stingy in terms of defense. LaSalle settled for outside jumpers, and you clogged the paint. And NU Boom really came out with that first quarter with a lot more energy.
McDonald's instant slow-mo is what we showed you. Spice up your day with the new McSpicy. Revilla doesn't get the bounce.
Tsaka Boom, they controlled the defensive boards, allowed LaSalle only 1 attempt at the basket.
And they scored up close too. Marco, 14-4 advantage points in the paint.
And not only that, fast break points, 6-0 in favor of NU.
So kaya ang taas ng percentage nila. Campos trying to force the issue. Cobutin did not give him space, which means a foul. 9:08 remaining. (18 on the shot clock of DLSU. Vosotros shoots a 3. That's short. AVO picks up the loose ball. They have a fresh shot clock to work with, and they repost AVO here. Oh, nice spin. And again, you just see the difference in terms of the footwork that has really improved. And a little bit of the strength too, the strength factor. Ito, tingnan natin, McDonald's instant slow-mo. Spice up your day with the new McSpicy. There's also, Marco, it seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong here, when you see him this year, he's not tentative anymore with what he wants to do when he's down there.
A lot more purpose in terms of his movement. Reads the defense, sees where the double team is coming from. That time, saw them clogging up the middle, spun baseline, and then drew the foul on Tristan Perez.
So if you're the defender, you now really have to pay attention to him, because compared to, let's say, last year when they dumped the ball down to him, then they kind of tease him to try to do whatever it is that they want to do.
That's exactly right. But right now, he is a legitimate post threat for De La Salle.
Arnold Raymond Van Opstal, a Sydney native, his mom originally from Bicol, and he gets that one to go for his first 2 points.
And not only that, boom, he's an 80% free throw shooter. So very reliable from the stripe.
Let's visit Ina Ongsiaco just quickly. Go ahead, Ina.
Boom and Marco, though they gave up too many turnover points in the first quarter, Coach Juno Soler just told the boys not to dwell on the mistakes that they made. First quarter's done with, sabi nga ni Coach Juno. He also asked them not to force things, because that's where our turnovers are coming from. He asked them to lock up on passes and get back in safety. 10 minutes is a long time. They can still catch up. Boom and Marco?
There's a foul away from play. Now he's at the same boat as Jeron Teng, talking about Ray Parks. An offensive foul called on him. Down by 9 are the LaSallians. Go ahead, Marco.
That's going to be the second personal foul on Bobby Ray Parks.
By the way, the report by Ina Ongsiaco was brought to you by Samsung Smart TV, the most advanced Samsung TV experience ever. AVO, Dampos, Revilla, Torres, and Vosotros. Torres with some strength in there. Cannot finish the play. Avelona looking up ahead. Inside. Rosario to the running Embe. Comes up short. Bothered by AVO.
And that is the difference when you have Van Opstal and Norbert Torres manning the paint. Not so easy baskets inside for Emmanuel Embe.
Revilla. 14 to shoot for LaSalle. Campos trapped. They go to Vosotros, never shy to shoot. Comes up short. That's second with Trisha Robredo.
Well, Boom and Marco, Coach Eric is very happy with how the boys are performing so far. He is particularly satisfied with how the boys have been executing their ball screens and with how they have been taking advantage of fast breaks. But although they are leading, the boys cannot afford to be complacent. For the second quarter, Coach Eric wants the boys to stay with their offense and to go heavier on defense. He asks the boys to pay particular attention on De La Salle's big men and shooters. The Bulldogs are expected to pressure the passers and to make it harder for them to take the shots they want to make. Boom and Eric.
Thank you, Trisha, for the Samsung Smart TV, the most advanced Samsung TV experience ever. Courtside update from her. AVO with a spectacular move on the other end to cut the lead to 7. Revilla looking for Vosotros. He tries again. Wala pa rin.
De La Salle 0 out of 7 from the three-point area. And you know, Boom, since AVO came into the ballgame, Emmanuel Embe has been a little bit more tentative when taking his attempts inside the paint.
And then now he has to play more defense. Van Opstal again!
That time, double team of Jethro Rosario, no matter for AVO.
What a move. The last two plays for AVO to cut the lead down to 5. Oh, Campos tempted to sneak in a hand there and is called for a second personal foul. Let's look at this first. Look at the counter move there by AVO on Embe. That's not the easiest thing to do. Lose the oil, win the game with Master, put your game face on, and then he asks for it again. This time, a yellow cab. Big move. Celebrate great times with Yellow Cab Delivery Hotline 789-9999. Great times, great pizza. He has not missed from the floor or from the free throw line, and he has added 3 rebounds with his 6 points.
And that's where you see how his improvement on the post. In the first post-up play, he felt Emmanuel Embe on one side, spun the other way. On the second play, Emmanuel Embe was away from him, so he faced up and drove baseline.
Off the bench yan,
Yep.
In pink shoes,
Pink and neon green
You're
shoes.
Right. Oh, the neon green part. Look at that. An emphatic block on Embe. Oh, Vosotros getting the bounce. Puts it up and in.
First 2 fast break points of De La Salle University cuts the lead to 5.
20-7 contest. And Embe, another angle. Just couldn't get high enough. What a great matchup here.
Definitely. And Jero Teng getting ready to check back in with Tomas Torres on a campus on Bobby Ray Parks.
Donaldson sa slow-mo, yung pinakita natin kanina. Spice up your day with a new McSpicy. Salle getting a little rhythm and momentum here, and it all started when this man came in, AVO. Perkins, underneath, kicks it out. Balik kay Revilla with 12 to shoot. AVO is begging for the ball. Perkins gets it on the other side. Travels. We're live streaming for free on UAAPsports.tv and iwanttv.com.ph. You can also watch a replay on iwanttv.com.ph. Both Parks and Teng on the floor guarding each other, both with 2 personal fouls.
That is correct. And let's see, if one of them picks up his 3rd personal, that is definitely going to be big. Because both coaches, I'm sure, not going to want to risk them getting 4 fouls in 1 quarter in the first half.
Look at Torres bother Alolino. Oh, nice find! Torres, for a split second, complained to referee Cortez. Nawala tuloy si Jello Alolino.
You have to give a lot of credit to the composure of Jello Alolino. Maturity, bringing up that ball.
Let's look at that. You see here, Torres, great on-ball defense. And then here, nagreklamo siya sandali. Yun, nawala tuloy si Alolino. Pang-anim na assist doon sa Yakisobrang move na yun. Brought to you by Nissan Yakisoba. Yakisobrang sarap.
And you can be sure the coaches are going to be telling him, let us do the complaining. Focus on what's happening on the floor.
Yun na nga yung pinipreach ni Coach Juno Soler, di ba? Nung last game pa lang. Do what you have to do. Control what you can control. Let the others happen. And let us take care of the other extracurricular stuff.
Pero you can't blame this Tomas Torres.
What a competitor.
One of the peskiest on-ball defenders.
I said at the last game, I love watching him defend. You know, guys like Torres, Elorde, even Javelona has that ability to be such a pest on defense as AVO misses the first free throw. Makes up for it. That is Miss Luz Van Opstal. Ang kanyang mami, nasabi ko nga, Tubong Bicol. Oh, nice help by Perkins on Alolino.
Great on-ball defense there on the part of Tomas Torres, not getting left behind. So when Alolino spun, good help.
Donald Simpson slow-mo catching that one. Spice up your day with the new McSpicy. Alolino drew the foul.
Veteran moves there on the part of Jello Alolino, drawing the contact.
Tomas Torres will be called for his first. De La Salle with 4 blocks so far. None for National U. So a little energy in this quarter. And no sign of Jeffrey Avilanar for National University. Coach Eric Altamirano. 2-game losing streak for National U. No 3-pointers so far by either team.
Sona, do more.
You're looking at the D family spending their time here at the Araneta Coliseum. RCBC Savings Bank, life-changing moment. RCBC Savings Bank, Smile Loans, it is life-changing. 23-18, the scoring has slowed down here, especially for National U.
Definitely, from a 20-9 first quarter, it's a 9-3 second quarter in favor of the Green Archers. Boom.
Salim is in the ball game for DLSU. Crossover move by Teng. Vosotros for the quick release. Again, La Salle 0 of 9 from the 3. Oh, what a pitch.
Would have been a great pass there from Jello Alolino to Bobby Ray Parks.
And Jeffrey Avilanar getting ready to check in at the 3:24 mark of this first half. A Kit Kat best break. Join the break movement. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. A guy who's averaging 20.8 minutes a game. Sent in just now by Coach Eric Altamirano.
Actually, the 3rd leading scorer for the Bulldogs with 7 points per game.
A blitz Vosotros. Teng. Oh, body control by Jeron Teng.
And he saw Dennis Villamor in front of him.
Yep.
Eyes lit up. Jeron Teng still on Bobby Ray Parks.
And Parks attacks him right away. Even over AVO helping. So 25-20 now. .16 on the shot clock. 2 screens provided for Teng. Salle with the fake. He draws the foul from Avillonar.
If I'm not mistaken, Boom, it was in that last game where Salle hit back-to-back threes. So Avillonar, recognizing the threat, immediately closed out on Salle.
Muna yung galaw. Itong si Jeron Teng. Fubu fearless shot for Asbayas. Fubu International. There's really no defending a move like that. It's either he makes the shot or not. He's just so physically strong. You gotta, even if you try to hold him down, probably it'd be futile.
At saka yung difference, Boom, is that he welcomes the contact. Sometimes it even allows him to get a better balance while in the air.
That's Matt Salle cutting the lead down to 3. This is the closest they've gotten to National U. Parks getting away from Tampos.
What a move by Bobby Ray Parks. Great body control.
When he contorts himself, really, it twists himself like a pretzel, you think it's impossible, but he finds a way. He just put it up there. And a wishy, oh wow moment of the game opened up to everyday surprises. Ray Parks on the line once again, where he has missed a couple already for National University. But the lead back up to 5 here. Make that 6. Ray Parks is 3 out of 8 from the field. 4 rebounds, 3 assists to go along with his 9 points. Sumona, itong National U. What's the reason for this, Marco, you think?
Well, they recognize that Salle only shoots 28% from the 3-point area, so they're going to force them to jack up shots just like what they did in the first quarter, where NU built their 20-9 lead.
Alolino. Avillonar to the cutting Villamor. Gives up the dribble with 7 to shoot. Embe draws closer. Inilabas. Nothing there. Uy, nakapulot. Parks on the second jump. And AVO clearing everything with a retrieval. Teng asking for the ball. Teng, dire-diretso kay Embe. No, it's a charge. And that is a risky move for Jeron Teng. That is his 3rd.
3rd personal foul on Jeron Teng. Great recognition by Emmanuel Embe, just standing up straight, drawing the charge.
Supreme moment brought to you by Love TV Supreme. Live Supreme. Let's look at this. Embe was just there. Clear-cut call. 3rd personal on him. That's the development for De La Salle, are down by 6. Parks again against Tampos. Parks stops on a dime. Off the glass. 11 points for Ray.
Very little you can do against Bobby Ray Parks one-on-one. He has the strength to really compose himself.
Oh! Yun ay sinasabi mo. On cue. Florida native, Orlando, Florida native, knocking down the 3 to cut the lead down to 5 with under a minute to play.
And you know, Matt Salle so far perfect from the 3-point area this season. 3 for 3.
They go back to Ray. Avillonar gives up the dribble. Maagawan. Torres on the run. Torres bothered by the possibility of Ray Parks challenging.
That is the daunting force that Bobby Ray Parks is on the break with his chase down.
Villamor answers with a 3 from the corner. 17 seconds remaining. 8-point lead.
Salle with a chance at the last shot.
Vosotros from way out. Not that time. 2 seconds to shoot. Parks will pitch it. That's over. Well, a better second quarter for La Salle, but still down 8 here, 33-25. Great taste white, great 3. Our coffee is white, great taste white with Matt Salle. And
you know, Boom, things have gotten to become a low-scoring ball game. Both teams only scoring 3 points here in the second half.
Wow.
And if this keeps up, I think this is going to favor National University. LaSalle in their wins, they average 81 points per win. In their losses, that average goes down to about 60 plus.
Great move by AVO. Just could not get the ball to stay down halfway through. Decides to dribble out. They have a fresh shot clock, though, at the 5:50 mark.
And so far, LaSalle has not been able to make a dent in that 8-point lead since halftime.
Parks is on Vosotros. AVO again asking for it. Again, the double team on him. Vosotros thought about it. 17-footer. Percentage is dropping for Vosotros, but that's never an issue for him.
Vosotros for 3.
2 field goals, 2 triples. More importantly, lead us down to 5.
And let's see if that breathes some life into this LaSalle offense.
Campos is the one assigned to Parks. They find underneath Troy Rosario.
A great look there on the part of Bobby Ray Parks, drawing 2 defenders, including Norbert Torres.
Yep. Let's check in with Trisha Robredo now. Trisha?
You played well, now you have to play better. Well, Coach Eric commended the boys for their performance in the first 2 quarters. He asks them to be prepared for the Green Archers in the second half. In the dugout, he emphasizes the importance of vision. To play good defense, you have to look after the ball and to know where the shooter is. He asks the boys to be careful with fouls, but to deny DLSU spots as much as they can. Secondly, he asks the boys to take care of every possession and to stop the transitions. Huwag niyo hayaan ang kabilang kapunan na lumamang sa fast breaks. Lastly, he asks the boys to stay aggressive, to look to run, and to continue to run. Boom and Marco.
Thank you very much, Joshua. Samsung Smart TV Courtside Update, the most advanced Samsung TV experience ever. That was a great taste white, grade 3 earlier. Our coffee is white, great taste white. 14 turnovers for DLSU so far. 9 for National U.
3 turnovers already in the quarter for De La Salle. And what the NU defense is doing, Boom, is they're forcing LaSalle to shoot late in the shot clock. And that last possession, 11 seconds, wala pang nangyayari.
Parks is the one really directing traffic here for National University, dropping a pass to Embe, and Embe using the protection of the ring for that one. Look at this, Yellow Cab, big move, celebrate great times with Yellow Cab, delivery hotline, 789-9999, great times, great pizza.
And you know, that is only the first field goal of Emmanuel Embe since the first quarter.
Wow.
So before that, he was 0 for 7 since the start of the second quarter.
And that's got to be the AVO effect also on him.
I would think so. Because instead of, if he wasn't blocked by AVO, he's thinking about the presence of AVO on the floor.
Turnover number 15, Marco. 40-31, a do-more player of the game. Brought to you by Rexona. Won't let you down. An all-around game by Ray Parks so far here as Jaron Teng and Jason Perkins now come back in the ball game. AVO will get his rest together with Oda Tampos.
So let's see if the Bulldogs attack Jaron Teng on offense with 3 personal fouls. And still 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. A 4th foul on Jaron Teng would be big.
They play the zone. Talking about LaSalle. Zone buster would be the 3. That one doesn't work. The tap goes to Alulino. Pulls out.
Second chance opportunity. One of the difficulties when you're playing zone is finding a man after a shot is taken.
Especially if it's a long shot, long ball. That's an offensive foul.
And again, credit the pesky defense of Tomas Torres.
Whose fault is that in that play, Marco? Was it Rosario who set the screen, or was it Alulino who moved right away?
Well, the ideal situation, Boom, is that the point guard or the guy receiving the screen should wait for the screener. If that doesn't happen, the screener shouldn't try to catch up and make up for the mistake of the recipient.
Torres, set up job by Perkins, and then the power dribble. The lead is 7. Hanes America's leading underwear brand shows us who is playing on the floor right now. A tap by DLSU. 3:14 to play. Perkins takes the three. Not that time. Parks high up for the rebound.
And you doing a good job on the defensive glass. 7 rebounds for NU here in the third quarter.
And they've also done well offensively as Alolino misses the three. They have a 13-5 advantage on the offensive boards. Deng. Vosotros for 3. Gets it to go. 3 triples. 3 out of 8 from beyond the arc. De La Salle has 4 triples out of 14 attempts. He is also a do-more player of the game, brought to you by Rexona. It won't let you down. National U, 1 out of 6 from beyond the arc. Perkins almost taking the ball away. We are at 40, 36, 2:33 remaining in the third quarter. LA Revilla joins Vosotros now as they continue to play the zone, Marco.
Yep, and you know, Vosotros perfect so far from the three-point area. 3 out of 3.
Dito sa third.
From the three-point area here in the third quarter.
Off to the right, yung tira ni Ray Parks. Perkins had the position, could not contain the ball.
As a team, National University only shoots 24%, so they're second to last. So La Salle is going to be content with them jacking up threes.
This zone has forced a couple of turnovers for DLSU. Perkins from a spot that he likes.
That's a good decision on the part of Jason Perkins. Missed the 3 from that area earlier. One step in. That time, book it.
40-38. This is the closest La Salle has gotten since the lead was up at 11. Turnover. Revillas, Vosotros ahead of him. Vosotros looks behind him. Binawi pa. Great chase by Rosario to change the shot. Villamor from the corner gets it to go. That's big. And that breaks a 7-0 run, Marco.
And that's going to force La Salle to extend that zone and open up driving lanes for Bobby Ray Parks.
Sinasabi natin, the zone buster. That is the 3-point shot. Perkins this time from the other side. Not the same result.
That time there was a challenge on the part of Jethro Rosario.
Vosotros breaks up that play. 20-second shot clock. Here comes Perkins, the mid-range jumper. That makes it a 7-0 run after that. Pero sumagot dito sa kabila si Villamor. By the way, Marco, that was a perfect combination. Pure Foods Tender Juicy Chicken Cheese Hot Dog. Ito naman, Yakisobrang Move, brought to you by Nissin Yakisobra. Yakisobrang sarap. Villamor, 10 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 triples here. Ronyo will try his hand, and that misses everything.
And you know, prior to this ball game, boom, Villamor only 4.8 points per game.
Yeah.
For somebody who's been playing well during the preseason.
You're right. Tristan Perez is back in the game. Deng with the mid-range. Overshoots the mark. Here comes Parks. Ronyo underneath to Perez. Iniakyat kay Rosario. Rosario back to Perez. That's a 3-second infraction.
Great job there by Norbert Torres, standing his ground.
That's right. Coach Eric Altamirano on your screens, protecting a 5-point lead. 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Humabol na ang National University sa turnover department. Kasamang Marco, 14 na sila. Kanina, 14-9 yung advantage ng La Salle. Ngayon, 15-14. Torres on the second try.
And that is what La Salle needs. They need to pound the ball inside the paint with Emmanuel Embe on the bench.
Oh, they're going to force Rosario here into a turnover. Deng, all alone. And this lead is down to 1 at the end of 3 quarters. Wow, what a finish here in the third.
Lead is down to 1. La Salle doing it, forcing turnovers from the National University Bulldogs.
Jollibee champ of the quarter, though, is Avon Vosotros. Big burger goodness like no other. It is 11-3 run by La Salle, and they force turnover after turnover here on National University to cut the lead down to a solitary point. In the quarter, the third quarter, LaSalle ends the quarter on an 11-3 run with the final 3:30. 11 points off those turnovers, Marco. That was the big number. Here's my... Did the zone have anything to do with that, do you think?
Well, yes, definitely, because NU unable to adjust to the zone defense of LaSalle. They were forced to take outside jumpers. They made a couple, but generally not able to break the zone of LaSalle.
Napes for 3. No. Dang, high up for the rebound. And a chance to go for the lead for De La Salle University. Dang readjusts. Wala. Oh, what a sorry miss for Jeron. Was right in there.
And you know, LaSalle outscored NU 17-10 in that third quarter. So good defense from the Green Archers.
Parks free for a 3, and he gets it to go. 15 points. His first triple of the game.
1 out of 4 from the 3-point area is Bobby Ray Parks.
So back to a 4-point lead, Marco.
And they're going back to Jason Perkins on the post.
De La Paz out to Teng. Teng sets up Norbert. Norbert out to L.A. Revilla. 4 on the shot clock. Perkins. 2 on the shot clock. Lumapit ng bahagya. Wala.
Jero Teng was telling Jason Perkins to take it on the first look.
Parks, Alolino, Villamor, Napes, and Embe. De La Paz, Revilla, Torres, Teng, and Perkins. Another 3 on its way. Got it. Back-to-back triples from the back-to-back MVP. This was the first triple for Ray Parks, who is 2 out of 5 from that area. Backs it up with another one from the corner. 18 points for him. 11 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals for Parks to get that lead back up to 7. Revilla, top of the circle. In and out.
And boom, for me, what was great about that 3-pointer from Bobby Ray at the corner was it was brought about by a penetration from Jello Alolino, which sucked the defense of Jeron Teng to open up Parks in the corner.
Well, that zone worked earlier on and produced some turnovers and forced some National League turnovers. Looks like it's not working right now. The adjustment by AVO. 16 on the shot clock as Vosotros will come back in. Jack and Joe Chippy are kada code of the game. Dapat all-out support. Kaya all-out cheer din at the bonding. Chippy. Some coaches will stick to a zone if it works and then abandon it at some point.
NU rather on an 8-0 run here. So let's see if LaSalle adjusts. It goes back to a man-to-man.
Ooh! They don't count it though. Let's look at this other one. Alolino to Parks. Perfect combination. Pure Food Tender Juicy Chicken Cheese Hot Dog.
And prior to this game, boom, Bobby Ray Parks only averages 4 points in fourth quarters. He's already got 6 today.
And that he used to be number 1 in that department. Okay, let's check in with Ina Ongsiako from DLSU.
When Marco, Coach Juno Salle asked the boys to put pressure on the ball. He says that it's important for him to see all the guys in white jerseys to constantly help in the rebound, and once they get the ball, they should run. He also asked them to get the flow on the offense. He says, if it's your shot, shoot it. As long as you're sharing the ball, shoot it with confidence. Ruben Marco?
Thank you very much, Ina. Samsung Smart TV, the most advanced Samsung TV experience ever. After cutting that lead to 1, it is back to 11 on a 10-0 run, anchored by Ray Parks.
And NU has taken the lead in terms of fast break points. 8 fast break points already for the Bulldogs.
8 of those 10 points, by the way, coming from the 2-time MVP. Let's look at this again. Alolino dropping it. Master winning move, lose the oil, win the game with Master, put your game face on as they drop it to Ray Parks. You know, our score is now at 53-42. Our statisticians, Marco, earlier prior to the game, have pointed out to me that LaSalle in the last 3 games, they're 1-2, right?
Yes.
They lost via the comeback by FEU and UE, and then won against Adamson the last time out. But the fourth quarter, they've had trouble in the last 7 minutes of the game, in those 3 games, they have been outscored by 30 points in those last 3 games in the last 7 minutes of the fourth quarter.
That is an amazing stat. And, just to add to that, Jeron Teng in fourth quarters, Boom, only averages 1.8 points per fourth quarter.
Of course, there's still 5:44 remaining. LaSalle has got to start that run now, and it also has to be from the defensive end, no, Marco?
Definitely.
Kasi doon sila nakahabol kanina by forcing 8 turnovers on NU in the third quarter.
So now you have Jeron Teng on Bobby Ray Parks once more.
Cobuntin against Vosotros. Rosario from the elbow. Malakas. Torres all alone for the rebound. AVO and Norbert Torres back in the game together. AVO's asking for it. Double team on him. Soft pass taken away. That's a great tap by Napes, who just put up his arm and delayed the pass.
Active hands there on the part of the Bulldogs, playing the passing lanes, getting those loose balls.
Last game of the first round. Cobuntin sets up Napes. Has been sharp today. 6 points. All spread out for Napes.
And he has extended that defense of LaSalle, forcing Norbert Torres outside the paint. Just to reiterate the importance of this game, Boom, winner here gets into a tie for second place. Loser gets into a tie for fifth place.
1 win, 1 loss talaga, no? Either you go up, drop down exponentially. All right, let's go to Trisha Robredo from the National U side.
Well, Boom and Marco, Coach Eric is not very happy with how the boys have been forcing their shots. He wants the Bulldogs to be more patient, to keep the ball moving, and to attack only when they can. For the last quarter, Coach Eric also wants the boys to go heavier on defense. DLSU is catching up with fast breaks and uncontested triples by Vosotros. The Bulldogs are expected to pressure the passer more and to make them think twice about their shots. Finally, Coach Eric asks the boys to keep their composure. The only way to implement good plays is if they stay focused. Now they have to finish the game stronger. Back to you, Boom and Marco.
Thank you very much, Trisha. Samsung Smart TV, the most advanced Samsung TV experience ever. 57-44 after National U brings it down to 1. Or sorry, LaSalle brings it down to 1. National U erects its biggest lead of the game at 13. It's down to 11, courtesy of AVO.
That is only the fourth point, actually, of LaSalle here in the fourth quarter. NU already with 14.
And only the second field goal for LaSalle. 2 out of 10 here in the fourth quarter are the LaSallians. But a lot of time, 3 minutes remaining. And I see a couple of NU players who are breathing so hard right now.
They've been really pushing the pace here for NU.
Parks gets that rebound.
Those second chance opportunities for LaSalle. 9 to 8 in terms of rebounding. 66% from the 3 for NU. Boom. 0 out of 3 for LaSalle.
Alolino against Torres. Nakalibre si Alolino. Not that time though. LaSalle's got to push it here. Vosotros. Cobuntin, the taller guy on him. That's a foul. And that is to get some players in because may mga humihinga na ng malalim dito para sa NU.
Kita mo, pagod na talaga yung Alolino eh.
Yakisobrang move brought to you by Nissin Yakisoba. Yakisobrang sarap. Napes is tired. Alolino is tired as we look at the shake of the game brought to you by Mogo Mogo. You got it true. And I saw Rosario trying to catch up.
Walembe going to check back in.
Pati si Villamor.
Oh, Bobby Ray Parks is going to get a breather. But you don't know how long that's going to be. 2 minutes left in the ball game.
They have a cushion here. Another anticipated pass, Marco, by AVO, taken away by National U. Perkins gets it. Humahabol si Rosario. Perkins, challenge. Torres puts it up and in. At the 2-minute mark, brought to you by PS Bank. Simple lang mag-ipon sa PS Bank. Open a savings account now. Down to 9 with 1:55.
And this is the chance for LaSalle with Alolino on the bench.
That's a great setup job by Cobuntin. Drawing and making AVO commit first. Time not on the side of LaSalle. Torres from the corner. No. The tap goes out to NU. Embe crossing over. A foul committed.
Judy foul there.
Was it Vosotros?
Yes. Naman Vosotros, Judy foul, because that would have been a dunk by Emmanuel Embe.
Pure Foods, no hassle play. Pure Foods crisp and juicy wingers. No bones, no hassle. And now, Alolino and Parks, after that rest, back in the game. Here's the assist, the PS Bank, Mahasan assist. Simple lang mag-report sa PS Bank. Open a savings account now.
Coach Eric expecting LaSalle to press all the way here with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go.
Parks against Deng. Parks, tough shot. Deng, great defense. And that's a foul on Embe. Tomas Torres had position. A minute and 14. Now, it is the time for LaSalle to do what teams have done against Hawk, get some points.
And on the other end, they're probably going to have to get some fouls on the board. They only have one team foul here in the fourth quarter. So if they're going to force any to shoot free throws, they're going to have to commit some fouls.
Donaldson's in slow-mo. Spice up your day with the new Spicy. It is a 9-point lead that they have to overhaul here. And Salim will move out. He was there for three-point shooting. And now, Tampos in for defensive purposes, obviously. But first things first. Free throws from AVO. He swishes that one. Down to 8.
LaSalle will try to force a steal. Expect them to try to force a steal.
And commit some fouls. Villamor comes in for Rosario.
Because they cannot wait for NU to wind down that clock.
63 seconds left. Campos hounding Parks. 15 on the shot clock.
That's going to be an offensive foul.
And that's what Tomas Torres forces other point guards to do.
Still a lot of time here.
It just takes so much to get rid of him. Tomas Torres, just no other word. He's really that pesky, and they needed that. LaSalle needed that to get the ball back. They go back to AVO. Fakes. Twirls. Three-point play opportunity. What a reverse counter move by AVO. Quick decision too, Marco.
And you know, I like what LaSalle is doing. They're not forcing any threes. It's still too early for that. Quick baseline exchange.
Right.
Given to Van Opstal. Quick post-up move.
Is that fake? And then reverses. That's great footwork for an Owishi. Oh wow, moment of the game. Open up to everyday surprises. Van Opstal today, 13 points and 8 rebounds. He made 2 free throws earlier.
And if he makes this one, it's down to a 6-point lead. So it's a 2-possession ball game.
And he does.
With 42 seconds left.
Back here at the Araneta Coliseum for the final 42.6 seconds of the game. 6 points separating National U and DLSU. NU ahead. Now NU has had problems finishing off opponents too. They have a losing record actually in the clutch, right, Marco?
That's correct, Boom. Actually, both teams 1 and 3 in games decided by 5 points or less. So the composure of the Bulldogs gonna be tested here.
And they have to commit a few fouls here.
That's only the second team foul for De La Salle.
No free throws yet.
Expect them to probably commit a couple more.
Yeah, but they're going to try to get a steal first, obviously. Try to pressure. They go back to Parks. A little time wasted. Parks is bumped by Tampos. 59-53. Still 33.5 seconds.
And if you're going to look at the fourth quarter, it's a 16-11 quarter in favor of NU.
Some good plays designed by Coach Eric Altamirano to get that ball in.
Spacing the floor pretty well. And that is the fourth. So the next foul is going to send an NU player to the free throw line.
Obviously, their target is Parks. They want Parks to get the ball. Villamor, not a bad recipient too, but he's pressured in there. The steal completed by Salle. Torres for three, gets it to go.
That is big. That is a big three. I think that's the first three of Thomas Torres.
That is the first three. That's great pressure defense by Salle to force the turnover. 59-56 on the clock. After that shot, the timeout was called.
Timeout was called. But the thing was, NU was able to quickly inbound.
So binaba ng 16.4.
So what NU is contesting is they want to bring the clock back up to 17.2, which if I'm not mistaken was the time on the clock after the basket.
Assistant coach Vicky Casiano is still talking to the table officials, and I think they wave that off. I think they will stay with 6. So they're down 17. They put it back to 17.2, meaning that inbound
should not have happened.
So the timeout was supposed to be automatic after the main shot by Thomas Torres. Am I correct, Marco?
Yes, that is correct.
So we go back to 17.2. One possession lead. De La Salle behind by 3. They're looking to play the foul game, obviously. NU today is 5 out of 11 from the free throw line. I would see Ray Parks to try to take this one, but they go to Villamor. Villamor is pressured, and a foul is called there.
So they waited until Alolino got the ball. He's a 66% free throw shooter.
In the meantime, 7 seconds were shaved from the clock. Maximino and Vosotros, the triggermen, from beyond the arc, in for Salle.
Pressure is going to be on Jello Alolino, but
no more timeout.
No timeouts left for both teams.
Wow, Alolino in the proverbial pressure cooker. What's his percentage? Did you say? It's a
66%.
66%. Makes the first one, which is the more important one for him and for the team, because it makes it a 2-possession game. Again, Salle, no timeouts here. 4-point deficit.
Miss or make, Salle is going to have to bring this ball up the floor real quick.
Oh, Alolino. Cold-blooded free throws. They advance it to Teng. Teng will launch a 3. Way off.
That can spell the ball game for De La Salle. But the key here for NU is still to get a good inbound.
5.4 seconds remaining. They go to Parks, who goes to Cobuntin. Cobuntin doesn't even have to attempt anything, but Embe there, they'll check that. If that will count, nevertheless. 61-56. They will have to review that final basket, but that's a formality, Marco. Yep. Unfortunately for Salle, they were not able to come back here in this game. Definitely. And that, what does that mean?
Good composure shown here by National University, able to stave off that run from Salle in the end game. Credit